So I'm sure you're wondering what a gamma irradiator is and what it does. Well, we have the Director General of the International Center for Environmental and Nuclear Sciences at the UE, Professor Charles Grant, to tell us all about it. Professor, morning, sir. Welcome to Smile. How are you, sir? I can't complain, sir. I'll give thanks. Before we go to the irradiator, what's the role of the International Center for Environmental and Nuclear Sciences? What's your role?
So is to use nuclear technology to help economic development of the country. And we are the leading institution in the English-speaking Caribbean. We apply the technology to areas such as healthcare, medicine, environmental analysis, and agriculture, to name a few.
Yeah, just recently I read about nuclear energy in Jamaica. I didn't hear about that before. So you guys been around for how long?
40 years, in fact. And you may not remember, but you actually interviewed me in 2010, I believe, on a similar issue.
Yeah.
About this.
Professor, I'm old man, you know, I can't remember yesterday, you know, about this 10 years ago. All right, so
Right.
Again, what's a gamma irradiator?
Oh, okay. So it's a large piece of equipment. We were fortunate enough to have a grant proposal funded by the International Atomic Energy Agency. It will primarily be used for two national projects that we have ongoing at the moment. One is to look at the eradication of the Aedes aegypti mosquito, is largely responsible for the spread of diseases such as dengue, tick-bee, and Zika, as I'm sure most of us have been impacted by that one way or another. And secondly, by a very important project being run by the Scientific Research Council on the plant mutagenesis. This is the way of improving the quality of crop using gamma treatments.
So nuclear science can get rid of mosquito?
Yes, it's a form of birth control for mosquitoes. We sterilize male mosquitoes and release them back into the wild. I mentioned males. Males do not actually bite. So they will mate the female wild mosquitoes, but the eggs will not be fertile, and therefore the population will be crowded.
Having said that, Professor, then why did it take us so long to get this piece of equipment?
Oh, well, a number of reasons. They are not everywhere around the world. I mean, that's the older example of what we have. We have a newer version of the one that you're showing, actually. Hopefully, I'll be able to share pictures with you when we have our opening. It's funding, and we were fortunate enough, as I said, to receive funding from the International Atomic Energy.
Okay.
So these things do take a while. It was almost $200 million worth of equipment that we were granted, so we have been quite fortunate.
$200 million. Whoa, nice.
Jamaican, not American.
Yeah. So do we know what to do already, or does the research start now that you've got this piece of equipment? And have you physically got it already?
We physically have it. It was delivered last week and commissioned, so we are up and running.
Okay, great.
What we will be doing now is liaising with our partners, because we're the technology side of it. The science side, I would like to say, would belong with the Ministry of Health and our sister agency, the Scientific Research Council, who have started the work already in Austria at the International Atomic Energy Agency. What we will do now is take what they already have and ramp up the level of which they can deliver.
Yeah. Forgive my ignorance, Professor, but as far as I know, mosquito is all over the country, from east, west, north, and south. So how does this work? Do you have to physically go to the different areas? Is it just research you will do and then send something to Westmoreland and Hanover and stuff and say, here's what you're supposed to do? Forgive my ignorance.
No. So what the Ministry of Health is already doing, they have a mass rearing facility to produce the male mosquitoes. And they will bring them to us, we'll irradiate, and they transport them to the areas in which they will be needed. So it will be an ongoing campaign. This will not be an overnight fix. Of course, it will also require us to be responsible citizens in terms of keeping our areas clean and just to reduce the breeding areas, as we should.
Yep.
At any given time. So it's going to be a cooperative engagement.
Yeah, not overnight. I understand and accept that. So how long will it take for you to roll out all of this? And is it one lick and all of the mosquito them gone, or is it something that's ongoing that you need to do?
It will be ongoing, and we have seen it really eradicate some other pests. For instance, the West Indian or the fruit fly really does create a lot of damage within agriculture. So it's an ongoing thing, and we will require the constant input of all partners, which are the fogging persons, citizens keeping their areas clean, as well as us producing and sterilizing male mosquitoes.
Is the hope that at the end of the day we're going to eradicate dengue and these diseases that these mosquitoes cause on us?
That is the long-term goal, to sufficiently suppress the population that it will no longer be a pest to our population.
Yep, sufficiently suppress and eradicate, two different things. What we're talking about here.
Right. You must be careful. Complete eradication may never really be possible, and you're not always sure what the long-term impact that might produce. But if we can reduce the population to the point where it's no longer an issue, and that is the goal, eradication would be nice, but as I said, we have to be careful to where we take that point.
Yeah, very, very interesting, sir. Congratulations, and I know we have the expertise like you, sir, to sort this out. Thanks again, and thanks for speaking with us this morning. God bless you, sir.
Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Director General of the International Center for Environmental and Nuclear Sciences at UWI, Professor Charles Grant.